things that we want to make sure we have for class are a pillow and a chair and maybe a water bottle. And let's go ahead and get started. Seated in our chair, okay? And if your feet don't touch the floor, you can use your pillow or something else so just the feet can touch the floor, right? So we want this feeling of feet on the floor as much as possible. I'm just going to change the angle a bit. Okay, and see if you can sit up nice and tall in your chair so your spine feels really long, but there's this feeling that the top of your head can reach all the way up towards the ceiling, and the hands can just rest wherever is comfortable. Oh, here's Gabriel. I'm gonna let him in. He's usually here with us live. Hey, Gabriel, we just got started in our chair. Glad you're here. So, feet on the floor on your pillow, sitting up nice and tall. Hands just rest maybe on the legs or on the knees. Right, spine is reaching all the way up towards the sky. Collarbones or chest are nice and open. And if it feels okay, the eyes can be closed or simply just find some place to gaze on. Just gaze at something, maybe turn the eyes down towards the floor, towards the toes. And let's see if we can begin to slow down our breath. So coming back to one of our very first breath practices that we began together here in our sessions, let's actually, if it feels okay, place the hands on the belly and come and find our balloon breath. So imagining that you could breathe into the low belly as if it were a balloon. Right, and as you exhale, just allowing the belly to come a little bit closer towards the back of your chair, releasing all that air. Right, so we fill up. Imagine your belly is like a balloon, yeah, and as you exhale, just slowly allow the belly to draw in. A couple more like that, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Just imagining, right, your belly is like a balloon. Sophie and I were talking at the beginning of class, and she's a singer. She sings, and this is something I actually learned years ago when I was also singing in choir. So those of you that like to sing or have sung in the past, this might feel a little bit familiar, right? Really breathing to the belly, allowing it to expand, and then allowing the belly to come back. Good. So seeing if we can stick with these longer, deeper breaths as best as we can for the remainder of class. And then today I thought I'd introduce something new, a hand posture. And a hand posture in yoga is called a mudra. And it's all, you know, we do postures all the time with our physical body, right? We remember this is like our goddess pose. So a mudra is just a posture with the hands. So I'm going to come a little bit closer to the camera. And this is the mudra all about trust. So what you do is you interlace the fingertips, but allow the thumbs to be free. And then just place this right over the heart, right at the chest. And so the palms are open and accepting. And we're protecting our heart space. In yoga philosophy, the heart space is all about unconditional love and compassion, not only for ourselves, right, but for our friends and our family around us, for our community, right, for all beings in all places, right? So we start with ourselves, and then we allow that circle of influence to expand, right, to our family, to our friends, to maybe our coworkers or our like fellow classmates, right? And then expanding out to all the people in Oregon and Washington, right? All the people in the world, right? So we start with us first. And it's just this really nice way to kind of reconnect with this idea of self-trust, tapping into love and compassion. So this is something that we'll come back to at the end of class as well, but I thought it'd just be something nice to start with class today. Okay, this idea of self-trust and compassion and love. So I'm just going to make my way back to my chair. From here, you can go ahead and release your mudra if you like, and just allow the hands to rest here. Let's start the way that we usually really start. So keep the head forward and let's exercise the muscles of the eyes. So can you keep the head forward, but turn the eyeballs over to one side? And just kind of see what you can see there. We're tapping into our side vision, our periphery vision. Once you feel ready, just gaze forward. And then keep your head straight and turn the gaze off to the other side, just sensing into the things that you can see, right? You might recognize some things that you can't see. We're just going to do that a couple more times. So gaze forward in front of you and then turn the eyeballs off to one side, seeing what you can see all the way from the ceiling down to the floor. Gaze forward. And then over to the opposite direction, just noticing what you notice. So we're not here to judge or label or compare. We're just here to take in some information. Let's do this one more time. Gaze forward and then turn your eyes off to one side. See what you see. Notice what you notice. Gaze forward and then turn your eyes off to the other direction. Just see what you see, taking in your physical surroundings. Okay. Turn to face forward. And let's do this the same way, but gaze up. So gaze up towards the ceiling, right? Just see what you see. Anything on the ceiling, light fixtures, paint colors. And then keep your head forward and gaze down towards the floor, right? See what's on the floor, maybe your feet or your socks, anything else. And then one more time. Lift the gaze upwards, but keep your head more or less where it is, just taking in what you see up on the ceiling. And then slowly gazing down towards the floor, towards the legs, towards the feet. And then come back through center. And now let's add a little bit more movement. So turn the head off to one side. And now you might notice that you can see a lot more, right? Can you still continue to take in your physical surroundings here? And then just as you feel called, just make your way over to the other side. And as you turn your head, right, you might feel a little bit of sensation on the side of the neck, right? You might even feel this down the arm. And then just as you feel called, turn your head back over to that first side, gazing around, seeing what you see. Remember, we're not here to judge or label or compare. And then make your way over to the other side. So just slowly stretching out the neck. Yeah, really nice, everybody. Just looking around, getting a sense for where we are in space. Now turn your face forward and we're going to go up. So gazing up, lifting the chin, lifting the eyes, right? Letting the head kind of rest back. And then just in your own time. So as you feel ready, gaze forward and then down towards the floor. And again, as you do this, you might feel some sort of sensation or stretch in the neck or the chest or the shoulders. And then again, gazing up. As you're ready, taking in the things that you see, that you notice up on the ceiling. Again, you might be able to see a lot more than you could before because we're moving our body more. Gaze forward and then gaze down. Right, so we're just using this time to sort of anchor ourselves in our physical surroundings. So to really get a sense for where we are in space. And then from here, just come back through center. Yeah, awesome, beautiful. Now let's add on a little bit. So as you inhale, can you reach your arms overhead? Yeah, and if you're here with me live, let's see if we can time this with our classmates. As you exhale, slowly lower those hands down. Yeah, so nice. We're just gonna do this a couple more times. So breathe and reach the arms all the way up. Yeah, timing this with our classmates as best as we can. And as you breathe out, slowly lower down. So continue like this, right? A couple more. We inhale to reach the arms up. So there's this real sense of community, right? That we're here together, that we're moving together. Exhale, lower the hands on down, right? Even though we're all at home, we're all doing this together. Last time, reach the arms up. All the way up. Good. And as you exhale, release your right hand down, either towards the leg of the chair, the seat of the chair, and then see if you can reach that left arm up and over. Yeah, beautiful. And you might feel this a little bit in the neck. You might feel this all the way along the side of the waist, feeling as if you could get really long. Beautiful. And then slowly come back up. Really press down through your seat, press down through the feet, and then other side, exactly. Left hand down. to the leg of the chair, the seat of the chair, the back of the chair. Right hand comes up and over. So we find a side body stretch, right? From this hip all the way through the top finger as best we can. Yeah, so lovely, everybody. Good job. Let's come back up through center. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale, give me those open book arms. So bend the elbows. Yeah, keep these open book arms, but find your closed book arms. So bring the elbows and the palms in towards one another. Good. Inhale, open again. Let's see if we can time this with our classmates that are here with us live. Exhale, close your book. Beautiful. Couple more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And as you continue with this, you might see if you can come back to that belly breathing. So inhale to open up and allow the belly to expand. And exhale, close your book, drawing the belly towards the back of the chair. Two more like this. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. So good, everybody. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And then from here, can your hands reach for opposite shoulders? And can you give yourself a hug, right? Can you give yourself a squeeze here? Yeah, again, coming back to this idea of unconditional love and compassion for yourself. And from here, let's allow one hand to come and rest on the knee or the leg. And with this other hand, a little bit of self-massage. Right, so just giving yourself gentle squeezes, gentle rubs, right? You might start at the neck, the shoulder, eventually making your way down the upper arm and the elbow, the lower arm. You can make your way all the way down through the palm and the fingers, right? Just taking a time to give yourself a little bit of love, a little bit of attention, right? And then once you feel ready, we'll just do this on the other side. So other hand just rests on the knee. And then the opposite hand, gentle self-massage. Yeah, you might start at the neck. You might start at the shoulder. Gentle squeezes. So we're not here to add any more. We're not here to add pain. We're not here to add any more stress to our body. So just being really gentle, really kind, right? All the way down to the wrist, maybe even to the fingers or to the palm of the hand, right? Yeah, excellent. Cool. So just taking this time at the beginning of class to warm up all the little parts of the body. Yeah, I see someone doing some wrist circles. Let's do that. So some soft fists and then just roll out the wrists. Yeah. And if you're only going in one direction, see if you can go in the opposite direction as well. Yeah, and I see some of you are kind of going different directions. That's more of like a brain teaser. That's cool. I like that. Yeah. And then can you go up and down as well? So really warming up through the wrists, through the fingers. Yeah, excellent. Okay. Good work, everybody. And then from here, let's flick our fingers. So again, this idea, this image that we've just washed our hands and there's no towel there. So what are we going to do? We got to flick those water droplets off, right? Get them off. Try to dry our hands. And then can you kind of shake out the hands? Yeah, so shake out through the wrists. Exactly. Good. Yeah, cool. How are we doing so far? Thumb check-in? We're okay? Cool. All right, so from here, let's work a little bit on our lower body, okay? So I'm gonna turn down the camera just a little bit because it's always, I want you to be able to see my feet. And from here again, can we sit up nice and tall? So the feet are touching the floor, some service, right? The butt is really pressing away from the chair and the hands can do whatever they wanna do here. But let's see if we can lift one heel. So I'm lifting up my right heel and I'm lowering it. And then let's lift up the other heel. So lift up the heel, keep the toes planted, and lower the heel. And this is all we're going to do. So we're slowly kind of walking in place, lifting one heel and then the other at your own pace. And again, the hands can be resting here. They can rest along your side. Just keep going, lifting one heel and then the other, right? Seeing if we can do this sitting up nice and tall, remembering, right, our belly or our balloon breath. So really giving our body this opportunity to fill up with new air as we breathe in and to fully empty out as we breathe out. Yeah, looks so great. From here, same idea, but keep your heel down and lift your toes. So we're flexing our feet, 1 foot at a time. So the heel stays down, the toes lift, okay? And we're just alternating one and then the other, right, as best as we can. So flexing the foot. And as you flex the toes up towards the knee, you might feel a little bit work right in the front of the leg and the shin. You might even feel a little bit of stretch in the back of the legs. So I know Vanessa said that the back of her legs were really sore from her long walk. So maybe a little bit of a stretch from the Achilles, right from the heel all the way up through the calf. Good. Awesome. Then from here, let's roll to the outer edges of our feet so the knees splay, and then roll to the inner arches of the feet and knees might knock in. So same idea, just opening up, rolling to the outer edges, and then flatten the feet and roll to the inner arch, right? This is all we're doing, opening and closing. So seeing if we can move the hip from external rotation to our internal rotation. So just getting a little bit of mobility here if possible. Yeah, let's just do this a couple more times, sitting up nice and tall, breathing nice and deeply. Yeah, really nice work, everybody. Go ahead and plant your feet. And as best as you can, using your hands, can you lift 1 foot off the floor? And when you lift the foot off the floor, can you roll out through the ankle? Right? Can you continue to sit up nice and tall? I know that can be challenging. And if you're rolling through the ankle, can you go both clockwise and counterclockwise? So can you move it in both directions? Stay here, 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, gently lower that foot down. And let's pick up the other foot. So sit up nice and tall, roll out through the ankle. Yeah, moving in both directions, so clockwise and counterclockwise, really taking a lot of time, right, to warm up all these little parts of our body that maybe don't get too much attention normally. Go ahead and lower that foot down. Okay, with your hands, lift up the first foot, and then can you cross the ankle over that opposite leg? Yeah, can you sit up nice and tall? Yes, good adjustments. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, can you keep your long spine and begin to fold forward? So you stay where you are. I'm just going to turn so you can see a different view. I go from sitting up nice and tall to leaning forward. And you might feel this stretch, right? For me, I feel it a lot in the butt, kind of like the outer hip. Full breath in. Full breath out. 1 more big breath in. 1 more big breath out. Really nice. If you're in that fold, rise back on up as if the head can reach towards the ceiling, and using the help of the hands, uncross the ankle and plant the feet. Good. And we're just going to do this on the other side. So scoop up that other knee. Best you can, using your hands or having someone support you. Can you cross the ankle over the opposite knee? Can you sit up nice and tall, again, as if the crown of the head were reaching up towards the sky? And then can you fold forward, keeping your spine really long? And again, you might kind of feel this in the butt and the low back and the hip area. This can be a really nice stretch to do after you've done a lot of like exercise. Maybe if you've been working out with Ryan or one of the other people from Specialty Athletic Training, or you go on a long walk or something, right? 1 more full breath in. 1 more full breath out. Really nice work, everybody. From here, slowly rise on up. Use the hands and release the foot back down onto the floor. Again, sitting up nice and tall, let's keep our hands on our legs. And as we inhale, find cow pose. So seated cow pose. So can you find a back bend here, gazing up towards the sky? And as you exhale, round your spine. Tuck your tailbone and hug your chin in towards your chest. So I'm going to show you this from the side as well. So inhale for cow, sliding the shoulder blades down the back, lifting the gaze upwards. Exhale, cat. Rounding the spine. So think Halloween cat. Good. Hugging your chin towards your chest. Really nice. Couple more like this. Breathe in. Seated cow. Breathe out, seated cat. So we begin to experience movement with our breath. Couple more. Big breath in, cow pose, gazing upwards, noticing what you see up there. Exhale, cat pose, gazing in towards the body, noticing what you see there. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Now come back through center, sit up nice and tall. Good. And one last part of our body that I forgot to do, let's do a little neck stretch. So can you drop your right ear towards your right shoulder? Be nice and gentle here. So try not to kind of tug at the neck. Just let this be nice and easy. And you can stay here. If you feel like you'd like to explore, you want a little bit more sensation, take this right hand, bring it to the top of your head, and just gently, gently pull it down. Whew. I feel this one. One more full breath in. One more full breath out. Really lovely. Yeah, just like that, Michael. We'll come back up through center, sitting up nice and tall. Yeah, and then other side. So left ear to left shoulder. This might be plenty, right? This is a great place to stay. However, yeah, exactly. If you're curious about what this feels like on this side, take your left hand towards the top of the head and just gently pull that left ear down. Yeah, beautiful. Just noticing where you feel any sensation. For me, it's pretty intense on the right side of my neck. I can see some people kind of like self-massaging there. I feel that too. One more full breath in. One more full breath out. And then gently come back through center. And we're going to do something a little bit different, but kind of similar. So bring that right ear down. Keep the right ear down, but then can you turn your chin down? And this one kind of gets a little bit more into the upper back. And you can stay right here if you want a little bit more for this one. The left hand reaches away from your body. Yep, just like that, Gabriel. If you try and it's too much, you just release the hand down, but see if you can find those belly breaths, those balloon breaths. One more inhale. One more exhale. And slowly come back through center. And again, left ear to your left shoulder, but then turn your chin towards the left shoulder. Whew, this one is intense for me. You can stay, or maybe allow the right fingertips to float out. If you try that and it's too much, just release the hand down. So again, coming back to that idea of self-trust. So remembering that I'm here to guide you and support you in the ways that I know how, but that you exist and live in your own body, so you will always know best. Take one more full breath in. One more full breath out. Slowly come back through center. And let's do one last little neck thing, upper back thing. So from here, can you interlace your fingertips back behind your neck? Back behind your neck, okay. Best as you can, this is the hard part. Best as you can you hug your elbows in? So hands are behind your neck and you're hugging your elbows in. It's kind of hard to see, I know. And then can you keep your elbows hugging in, and can you lift your elbows and your gaze up? You might feel this in the mid to upper back. And as you exhale, just come back through center. Okay, we're going to do that a couple more times. Hug the elbows in, lift up, lift the elbows, lift the gaze up. And exhale, just come back through center. Okay, a couple more. Hug elbows in, lift everything upwards. Exhale, come back. Let's do 3 more, okay? Inhale, lift elbows up, hug your elbows in towards one another. Exhale, come back. Good, 2 more. Inhale, lift up. So this is a great stretch to do if you've been seated on your computer a lot, exhale, come back. So maybe during school or during work, right when you have a break, one last time. Hug the elbows in, lift the elbows up, exhale, come back. Good. Awesome. So that's a new stretch for us today. From here, what I'd like you to do is heel toe your feet out. So come to your goddess legs or your horse legs. You'll notice my heels are in, my toes are out. See if you can do that as well. And then give me your open book arms. Yeah, bring your elbows up so we're nice and open through the chest, nice open through the heart space. Remember, the heart is all about love and compassion. So we want to be open and free there. Yeah, beautiful. Then from here, can you bring your left arm down towards the left leg and reach this right arm up and over? So we come back to another side body stretch, and you can go either direction because we're going to get to both sides. Yeah, beautiful. One more full breath in. One more full breath out. Now rise back on up. Give me those open book arms. So nice, proud, open chest, right? Elbows up. Good. And then other side we go, we tilt. So we bring the arm down, maybe the elbow down, and then reach this left arm up and over for a side body stretch. So you might feel this from the hip all the way under the arm, all the way through the fingers. Full breath in. Full breath out. Rise back on up. Come back to your goddess pose or your horse pose. Good. And then go ahead and release those hands down. Nice work. Heel toe your feet in towards one another. And let's do this thing that we did the last time we met, so a couple weeks ago. So what I want you to do as best as you can is just scoot over towards the right side of your chair so that just your left butt cheek is on the chair. Okay, so this right one's kind of hanging out in space. And the hands can find the seat of your chair, right, for a little bit more support. Can you step your right foot back? So you're in a lunge. Let me show you what it looks like from the side. It looks something like this, okay? Okay. Then from here, if you feel balanced, bring your hands to heart center. Yeah, awesome. And then maybe we reach the arms overhead. Yeah, coming into a high lunge. Yep. Can you keep your legs as they are and send the right arm back and the left arm forward? So now we're adding a twist. We're twisting towards that front bent knee. And this one not only is maybe a little bit harder, but it's also a brain teaser. Reach the arms all the way up towards the sky. Good. Exhale, hands to your heart, really nice. And then bring your hands to the seat of the chair and scooch back through center. So a little bit of work on that front leg and scooch on over to the other side. So now this left butt cheek, this left leg is free, and the right leg is really anchored on the chair. Right, hands can stay in the seat of the chair. Step the left foot back. Okay. Yeah. Good. Hands can stay here for added support, or if you are feeling really balanced, or you just want to explore, hands can hover, right? Hands can come to heart center. Yeah. And the hands might stay here. They might reach up for our high lunge. It's called crescent lunge, crescent pose. Yep. And you might stay here or twist towards that front bent knee. So left arm back and right arm forward. Ooh, I think maybe I'm getting my rights and lefts mixed up. Again, it's a brain teaser a little bit. Good job. Reach your arms all the way up. Excellent. Exhale, hands come down and then come back through center, right? So both butt cheeks are on the floor. Okay, from here, find a stance with your feet that feels really sturdy and secure. From here, reach your arms forward. Forward towards me. Yep. Reach forward, 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 forward as much as you can. Yep, you got it. Come to standing. Good job. Okay. So from here, I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit since we're coming to standing. We're going to practice our balancing. Okay. So this is part of class where we use our chair or any other furniture, maybe a wall that we have, to practice balancing on one foot, right? Because that's something that a lot of us do a lot of the time, right? It's as helpful as we walk, right? As we run, as we move through our life. So working on a little bit of balance. So you can always have both hands on the chair, both hands on a wall. I just do one only so that I can see you, right? That's the only reason. But from here, see if you can find your feet in a way that feels really secure, right? Really sturdy. And then can you begin to engage the muscles of the body? So maybe a tap on the front of the legs, right? The quads. Maybe a little tap on the back of the legs where the glutes are. Right, maybe a little tap on the belly, right? So there's a little bit of engagement here. Yeah. And then we keep all of this engagement and we feel as if we could stand up a little bit taller, right? Okay, from here, one or both hands on the seat of the chair. This other hand can come out for a little bit more balance, or maybe to the hip, or maybe just lay here, right? Whatever you like. From here, can you shift your weight into the leg that's closest to the chair? For me, that's my left leg. Come up high up on the right toes. So I'm hovering the right heel off the floor. Now either stay like this or hover the foot off the floor. And see if you can stay standing. Now, if you feel sturdy, lift the other hand off of the chair or the wall as well. Yeah. This pose is called standing knee raise. Not that interesting of a name, but that's what it's called, standing knee raise. Yeah, beautiful. And if you fall out of it, that's okay. Use it as an opportunity to try again, right? Because all of this is a practice, right? We're not good at things that we are brand new to, right? We get good at things that we practice. Take one more full breath in. Exhale, release it. Good job. Shake out that standing leg as needed. It's so awesome to see you week to week and see how much your balance has improved. So from here, either flip yourself around or flip your chair around. Again, I always want to face you, so I flip my chair around. But from here, we'll do this on the other side. So nice sturdy foundation with our feet. A little tap tap of the thighs. Right, a little tap tap of the butt, a little tap tap of the core, right? Standing up nice and tall, one or both hands on the chair, whatever we're using for support. Now shift the weight to the right leg or whatever leg is closest to your support. This other hand can come out, can come down, right? Whatever you like. Remember, you know best. And then let's come onto the toes of the left foot. So hover the heel. Now either stay here, right? This is already a bit of balance, or maybe hover the foot off the floor. So lift the knee up a little bit higher. Good. You might stay here. If you're feeling really balanced, you might lift both hands up. Yep, you might kick the knee forward. Yeah, this is standing leg raise, standing knee raise, and standing leg raise, right? Yeah, totally. And if you fall out of it, it's just an opportunity to try again, right? Because how often do we have to do that in life, right? We try something new, it doesn't quite work as well as maybe we expected, and so we try again, okay? One more full breath in. Exhale, let it go. Shake it out as needed, right? The arms, the legs, the ankles, whatever you feel like you need to shake out. And then flip yourself around or flip your chair around, okay? And we'll move into our tree pose. So again, nice sturdy foundation with the feet. Right? So we feel strong, we feel rooted. We're coming into our tree pose. So I want you to imagine that your legs are like tree trunks, right? Sturdy, solid, strong, right? We have this really large root structure underneath our feet, right? So a little tap, tap, the front of the legs, tap, tap by the back of the legs, tap, tap of the core. Yeah, stand up nice and tall. One or both hands on the chair. If you want to have one hand free, can come out. Shift your weight into that closest leg. So for me, that's the left leg. Come up high up on the right toes, okay? From here, widen the knee out. Either stay, maybe, hover the foot, maybe. Yep, maybe hover the hand. Yep, and then either stay here, or if you want, arms can come up. You all know this, right? So you can be this stoic and still tree, or you can be a tree in a rainstorm, in a windstorm, and you remember if you fall out of it, you get yourself back up, right? It's a practice. It's a yoga practice, right? Because these are all new skills. Yeah, so awesome to see the variety. One more full breath in. Exhale, lower it, and shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. Okay. And then adjust yourself or your chair. Let's find this on the other side. So last balancing shape, okay? Nice sturdy position with the feet. Imagine the body as a tree. So this root system underneath us supporting us, these really strong tree branches. Let her put hands on the chair. Trunk, that's the word I was looking for. Other hand might come out. Shift your weight to this right foot. Come up high up on the left toes. And then open the left knee. Either stay or maybe lift the foot up. Or maybe lift the opposite hand up. Right? Or maybe lift one or both hands up, right? Be still or maybe flow around, right? When you move around, it makes balance harder, right? It's a little bit more tricky to maneuver. And so remember that if you fall out of it, that's okay. It's an opportunity to pick yourself up and try again. Yes, so lovely, everybody. One more inhale. Exhale, lower. Shake it out. Yeah, shake it out. Okay, I'm going to do a little time check here. This would be a really great time to get a sip of water if you're thirsty. And we can just go ahead and remove our chair, right? We don't need it right now, so you can either have someone help you move it or you can move it yourself. But let's just make our way onto our mat. So from here, grabbing a sip of water, I'm wondering where my water bottle is. I found it. Let's come to all fours. So let's come to our tabletop pose. Okay, so imagining that we're a coffee table or we're a dining room table, right? So really sturdy, just like imagining that we were tree trunks, right? We're really sturdy here on our arms and our legs, right? Pressing down into the floor. As you inhale, find cow. So similar to what we did seated, lifting the chin, dropping the tail, dropping the belly and lifting the tail. And as you exhale, it's your Halloween cat pose. So rounding the back, hugging the chin, tucking the tail. Couple more like this. Breathe in for cow. Breathe out for cat. And seeing if we can come back to those belly breaths, balloon breaths. So inhale for cow. This can also be done seated like we did earlier, right? And exhale for cat. Two more like this. Breathe in for cow. Breathe out for cat. One more time. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Now, if you're in table pose, if you're in hands and knees, let's come to child's pose. So widen the feet out, the knees out towards the edges of your mat. Sink your hips back and down and lower the forehead down either onto the pillow or onto the floor. Now, if you're seated in your chair, because I think some of us might be seated in the chair, totally fine. The way that you can do a variation of this is allowing the feet to be wide and draping the torso down. Okay? So finding a fold, it's the same sort of quality, right? So we're still hinging at the hips. We're sort of taking a symbolic moment to bow down to our surroundings, to this moment, right? So whether or not you're in a chair, just stay where you are in your version of child's pose. One more full breath in. One more full breath out. Take one more full breath in right here. And one more full breath out right here. Now, if you're in tabletop pose, just rise on up to table pose. Right, hands and knees. Beautiful. And then from here, let's see if we can take a seat. All right, if you're in your chair, you can stay in your chair. If you're on the floor, just come and take a seat here. Maybe stretching the legs out long if you can. Sitting up nice and tall as best as you can. Good. And then from here, let's see if we can bend the right knee, plant the right foot. And then either keep the right foot in front of the right hip or step it across the left leg. I want you to sit up nice and tall, this idea that the crown of the head could reach up higher, and then twist to the right. If you're in your chair, all you do is twist to the right. If you want, you can hook the right ankle over the left thigh. So coming back into that kind of figure 4 that we did earlier in class, and then just rotating the trunk of the body towards the right. Yeah, so lovely. One more full breath in. And one more full breath out. Seeing if you can relax any tension that may have crept up through the face, through the jaw, the sides of the neck, the forehead. Take one last inhale here. And one last exhale here. Really lovely. Come back through center. Use the support of your hands. Straighten out through that right leg if it was bent. And then do this on the other side. So bend that left knee. Either keep the foot in front of the left hip, or if it feels okay, step the left foot over. Sit up really tall. Yeah, and then twist to the left. So same idea. If you're in your chair, it's a seated twist, rotating to the left. If you like to add the legs, you'd cross left ankle over right thigh. Good, beautiful. So something that we can think of here is oftentimes the tendency in twists are to kind of lean forward with the chin. So let's see if we can hug the chin in towards the chest, this idea that we can give ourselves like a couple double chins here, and leaning the back of the head back behind us, relaxing through the face, relaxing through the jaw, relaxing through the sides of the neck. Full breath in. Full breath out. Stick with this. One more deep breath in. And one more deep breath out. And if you're in this twist, slowly just come back through center. Use the support of the hands to uncross the leg. Yeah, and straighten it out. Good. Another opportunity to get a quick sip of water if you're thirsty before we kind of transition. So if you have your water bottle or your glass of water handy and would like to get some water, feel free. You're always welcome to, but sometimes I know it's nice to have a little water break. Sometimes we forget. Okay, awesome. Let's check in. Let's do a thumb check here. How are we doing? We okay? So from here, we're going to begin to slow things down. So if you can, grab a hold of your pillow and lower all the way down onto your back as best as you can. Okay, so take your time. You don't need to get there any one way. It doesn't need to be graceful. All you need to do is lay on your back, okay? Laying all the way down best you can. And once you get there, bend your knees and plant your feet. So the feet are flat on the floor. And taking your pillow, gently place the pillow between the upper legs or between the knees. And then can you allow the arms to come out wide? The elbows can be straighter, the elbows can be bent like our open book arms. Allow the legs to fall off to one side. And then maybe if it feels okay on the neck, gaze in the opposite direction of the knees. Now, if this doesn't feel good for you, just find a head placement or a place to gaze that does feel okay. And as we begin to move into these slower shapes, you might come back to this idea that we contemplated at the beginning of class together about this idea of trust. So inner trust, right, where we interlace the fingertips and allow the palms to rest in front of the heart. Right, so this idea of inner trust, that's protecting the heart center, that's all about love and compassion. And as you continue to breathe in and out, allowing the belly to act as if it were a balloon, you might just come back to these ideas, how they land or how they feel in your body, how they resonate with you and your life and your experience. Take one more full breath in. And one more full breath out. Now you're more than welcome to stay here, right? If this feels really comfortable and you feel really settled here, you can stay. If you want to go to the other side, just make your way over to the other side. So keeping the pillow between the legs if that feels okay, and just allowing the knees to fall off to the opposite side. Again, arms can be really wide, elbows can be straight, or elbows can be bent like our open book arms. And same idea with the head and with the neck, right? So you can gaze up towards the sky, you can gaze in the opposite direction of the knees, you can gaze in the same direction of the knees. Your eyes can be open, or if it feels appropriate or safe, your eyes can be closed. So seeing if you can make a wise choice for you, tapping into this idea of inner trust. So trusting your experience, the experience that you have from all of your years living inside of your body. And seeing if you can really fuel this shape with your breath. So allowing the breath to be long and deep, in and out through the nose. This imagery as if the belly were a balloon. Seeing if maybe you can relax any tension that maybe has crept up in your forehead or your jaw or your neck. Anywhere that doesn't really feel productive. One more full breath in. One more full breath out. From here, you're more than welcome to stay. Again, the same idea. If you feel really comfy and cozy and you want to stay here, you can. However, if you'd like to move on and you'd like to move with me, just come back through center, bending the knees, planting the feet. From here, gently take the pillow that was between the legs. And what I'd like you to do as best as you can is to slide the pillow behind the knees and then just straighten out through the legs more or less. So coming into our final resting shape, the arms, the legs long. This is just one option. So I know the last time we were here, this is what I offered us. And there was some discussion after class that this wasn't comfortable. So this isn't a shape that's going to be comfortable for everyone. So if this works for you, please stay here. If it's not comfortable for you, you might roll onto one side and just sort of cradle yourself here in the seedling posture if this feels better. If it's more comfortable to you to lay on your belly, maybe with the hands or the pillow under the forehead or under one ear, you can do that. If you feel more comfortable seated in your chair or seated on the floor, you can do that. I'm not really concerned with how exactly you place your body. I'm more interested in the quality. So seeing if you can find a place where the body can just be relaxed. A place that feels comfortable, a place that feels sustainable. So I offered you a couple of different shapes, but know that really the options are endless. And there's no right or wrong, there's no good or bad. They're It's just what works best for you right now. If you feel chilly and you have a blanket nearby and you like to cover yourself over with a blanket, you're more than welcome to. Sometimes it can feel nice to have a little bit of pressure on the body, like pressure that would come from a pillow or a blanket. For some people and sometimes that can have a calming effect. Remember that your eyes can be open or your eyes could be closed here. If you like the experience of the eyes closed and you have something that you could place over the eyes, like a sweatshirt or even like a scarf, even like a sock, that would work. If you don't have anything handy, though, what you can do is you can use the base of the hand, so the base of the palm, and just gently place the base of the palm over the closed eyes so the fingertips are reaching towards the top of your head. And the same idea with a blanket or a pillow over the body. This can sometimes, for some people, have a calming element here. Just adding a little bit of gentle pressure, the way that we added a little bit of gentle pressure with our self-massage. But if you don't like it, know that it's just an option. It's not a requirement. Regardless of the placement of the body, let's see if you can bring your attention to the parts of your body that are touching another surface. So for some of us, that's going to be the floor. For some of us, that's going to be the pillow. For some of us, that's going to be the chair. And by bringing your attention to the parts of the body that are touching another surface, perhaps those parts of the body are able to soften and relax a little bit more. Right? Because you feel so supported and so held that you no longer feel as if you need to really tense up or exert a lot of muscular or emotional or mental energy. From here, I'll give you one last choice. So you're welcome to stay exactly where you are for as long as you would like. If you'd like to close your practice with me, begin to make your way on up to find a seat if you're not there already. So if you're on your back, you might roll onto your side first. Take as much time there as you like. And if you're on your side and you'd like to rise up, begin to rise up and either sit on the floor or one last time, just grab your chair. We'll just finish in a seated position if that feels okay for you right now. Your feet are on the floor or some sort of surface. Right, sitting up nice and tall. This feeling that the crown of the head could lift you up and out of the chair a little bit more. The heart is nice and open. Let's finish the way we started. So let's come back to that mudra, that hand posture. Okay, so if you remember, interlace the fingertips. Yeah, you have a good memory. Thumbs are free and rest it over the heart space. So protecting the center of unconditional love and compassion. And just stay here. And together as a group, let's see if we can take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Right? Really feeling this breath within us that sustains us, remembering that this is the proof that we're alive and that we're deserving to take up space and that we all matter. From here, if you like, gently bow your head forward. Just acknowledging all of your efforts, giving gratitude to your body and all that it does for you, as well as giving gratitude for the people and the culture that created these yoga and meditation practices that we all gain so much from. If you're bowing forward, just slowly rise up, open up the eyes if they're closed, and release the hands down. Thank you all so much.